Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? Let me let me get Dead Space. Yo, what up, Tutu?
Hey.
What it do? Um, let me. I want to see if I can pin this thing at the bottom. You know why? Because um, I don't know how to do it yet, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But anyway, hi. How's your day going?
It's going great.
You look
How's
nice.
yours?
It's
Thank
going
you.
all right. It's going all right. I just got my first drink for the night, so I'm getting there.
All right.
Well,
Team sober over here.
team sober. That's all right. You got like what, 3 more months?
Yeah.
Dang.
The 75 hard challenge.
Well, welcome to our second week now on I Never Knew live IG podcast with I'm your host Mike G, on here with
Yes,
our
sir.
co-host Tutu, Shemaine Tutu.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And yeah, man. So we back for round two, man. And on today's episode, we're gonna talk about relationship goals, right?
Uh,
So I mean, we touted relationship goals, but we're really gonna like debunk the whole theory of relationship goals. You know, some people use certain celebrities as their relationship goals. Some people actually have actual criteria for a person that they're dating and the relationship that they want to have. So I just want to know like, are those things like realistic? Are they like, are they a help or a hindrance? Like, what is it? You know, and what type of goals do people really set? Men versus women at the same time. So without any further ado, let me ask you this. How you feel about relationship goals? How you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like everybody should have relationship goals, but I don't feel like people should create their goals off of other people's relationships.
Mm.
Everybody should
So
have goals within them, what they would like in a relationship, but
mhm.
like everything's not always greener on the other side. It's not always great from the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yes,
don't like just I want to be like Beyonce and Jay Z looking at it. No,
right,
like
right.
create realistic, like everyday, average people goals.
So right,
And
so I mean, so you mean to tell me like being realistic? These aren't realistic goals when you say like, yo, I want to be like Lil Durk and his fiance, and I want to be able to buy you a Benz for your birthday, and get you like 20 dozen roses on Valentine's Day. Those aren't really goals.
but you work at AT&T. Like, let's be realistic.
Nah, I'm just
Let's
joking.
talk about
But yeah,
what's
you.
attainable.
But no, I really agree. I do agree with you. You definitely have to have your realistic goals, per se for yourself and what you would like to have in a relationship.
Mhm.
I think where I kind of get kind of like I give pushback on the whole relationship goal thing, is I really feel like people don't really know what they want. So in the same time, they're gonna watch other people, and like I said, like I always feel like by them not having their goals set and what they would like to have, they
Mhm.
always are using other people's goals, which might not even
Right.
fit into their life as far as like trying to see what they want and what they want to do, not even knowing if
Mhm.
that's something that's going to work for them or not, you know? So,
Right.
you might be in a situation where like your partner is doing pretty much everything they probably should be doing, but you might see something that
Mhm.
you would like to have in your relationship, and then because they're not doing it, now you feel like maybe they're not equaling up to what you deserve or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So
I
I think,
mean, you can always communicate with your partner, like
mm,
what it is. Like, hey, I think that you should work more on, like, and then maybe that can happen. But I don't
yeah,
know. So the relationship goal term that this topic stems from a post that we've seen, and it was directed towards women only. But I decided on my story to direct it to men and women. And so on the post, it said, ladies, and I said, ladies and gents, arrange this in order of importance. So, number one is money, number two is looks, three is loyalty, and four is personality. Okay. Um, I got many different answers. when I first seen it, I had to sit down and really think about it. Like I couldn't just think off top, you know,
Yeah.
exactly what it is that I wanted. So what would you like to say about that, Mike?
No, yeah, you're right. So we posted that. I posted that originally, and then you posted it as well. And I asked the ladies, in particular, and I got a lot of responses, and in the order
Mhm.
in which they preferred to have, what they would prefer to have in a relationship as far as orders of importance. And also got a lot of responses that I didn't really think about that we're gonna talk about as well from some people that kind of debunked that whole like I don't know why we got to pick, and
Right.
it was pretty much across the board for the majority. Now, I say I got like 30 responses out of the 30. I say
Wow.
26 were literally the exact same, exact same. And like she said, the four things were one, money, number two, looks, number three, loyalty, and number four, personality. And you were supposed to put those in order of importance to you in the sense of when you are looking for a potential partner, right? And for the most women, right off the rip, they went with uh, personality. Like it was number one. That was pretty much the number one thing, personality. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Because I mean, I think a personality is gonna really stem. That's gonna really like set the catalyst for like most things after that, right? So
Mhm.
personality. What about on your end? Like, what was for the guys?
Well, well, for the guys, it was it was different answers. So it was either like personality looks or
Yeah,
it was look
right,
personality.
right.
Yeah, those
So
those two.
it was personality and then loyalty for the women one two the
Mhm.
majority
Mhm.
and it was 4-3 and then the third and this is the majority which is kind of threw me off. It was looks number three and then loyal and then money the fourth. This was the majority of the women and which kind of like it was. Yes, no, take that back. Yes, it was no, take that back. I apologize. I was wrong. It was personality, loyalty, money, looks. So looks
Mhm.
was dead last on the majority of all women's category. Money was the third, pretty much.
Mhm.
Um, and I thought that was interesting because I would think for most women it would be personality, maybe money second, or flip those two. But y'all shocked me on that one. It it was that part.
That
So
actually was mine.
yeah,
Personality, loyalty, money, look. And the crazy thing for me is that well, I wouldn't say it's crazy. It was hard because personality and loyalty kind of go together. And one of
yeah,
my people, they put look, personality, and loyalty together, and then they put comma money. Like, cause that personality and look. Have you ever met like a person with a fucked up personality, but they were loyal as hell? Like, who do
yeah.
you know like that? Like,
It's not a real realistic thing. You're absolutely right. It's not a real.
so
I'm like,
yeah,
nah.
you gotta have both. Like, you're not gonna find a good personality person that's like, or I'm sorry, a bad personality person that's loyal. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think across the board, personality is gonna probably be right off the top. It's gonna be
Mhm.
tops. I mean, because you can be cute as a guy looking at a woman. You can be cute, but if your
Mhm.
personality's trash, like that's not gonna get us very far. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
really not. Personality matters because if you're a jokester and I'm not, you're gonna get on my
Mhm.
nerve, right? If you are super serious all the time and I'm real laid back and chill, no matter how cute you are, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nah.
but I wanted to talk about the one of the biggest things that I felt like, far as the response I got from the women, which would be the money thing, which I thought would be
Mhm.
higher, because in my brain, and from my conversations and dealing with women, it's just the fact that like they look for this thing called security, right? And usually
Mhm.
when it comes to a man, is the financial security is the top deal, right? So it's kind of like that's one of the last things you look for, and it's like, well, how does that work, and some of them say, yo, I don't really care. I don't care. I got my own money. Like, this is what I'm
Yeah.
getting. I got my own money. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
And I think this is where I kind of want to look at this. I want to talk about this whole relationship goal thing and just unpack it, because this is where I feel like a lot of like men need to kind of really take a look at the game that we're playing right now and understand like the game ain't how it used to be, and how we used to
No.
play it is being played differently, and we the last ones to know about it. It's kind of like, yo, the playbook got switched out and we didn't get it, so now we getting it and we got to like kind of thumb through it and figure out what we miss. So when I saw that the last thing normally was money for most women, I asked, like, what was it? And like I said, the majority said, hey, I got my own money. That don't really move me like that. There are other things priority wise in my life that I will need out of my partner and so much and so forth. And and in my, I'm just thinking like how does that work? Because most women that I know, no matter how much money they get, they don't necessarily want to spend it in the sense of just saying I still want somebody to be able to not necessarily take care of me, but I want them to be financially able to bear that load for the family.
So for me, I had this conversation with someone like maybe 3, 4 months ago, and they said something about, oh, if you and a guy were to move in together, would you want him to pay all the bills, or like would you want to pay 50-50? And I was like,
Mm.
well, in any situation, I'm gonna go into it 50-50, period. Okay.
Okay.
Now if he wants to pay 100% of the bill, I'm gonna let him, but I'm going to still work as if I'm paying 50-50, or if I'm paying 100%.
Hmm.
Like, I just want somebody, for me, to be on the same like page as me, or at the same level as me at least, or like either a little
Yeah.
bit below, or like if you're higher than that, that's great, but at least come there. So I feel like if you are not in a good financial space, you really shouldn't be like focused on like trying to date. You need to focus on getting your
Yeah.
finances in order. That goes for men and women. Like,
Yeah.
it's like we're at an age where we're like, we just automatically think that, we're assuming you're approaching me. I'm assuming that you have your finances in order.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so that's
But
why I feel like a lot of people put that last, or women put that last, because like, yeah, I have my own money. I'm not worried about that. Whatever. He has his own money,
But
yeah.
when you say like you got to have your finances in order, does that mean you got to be making a certain amount or you just need to be able to manage your money in a certain way? Because if we're
No,
talking
manager.
50-50, I just got to bring 50-50 to the table with you per se. So do I need to be making 120 right now? Or can I be working my way up to that while I'm dating you? Just being
You
able to
could
cover
be,
that
you could,
50.
you just to be able to cover that 50.
That's crazy. Got to be able to
That
cover the 50. We
50.
roommates now. Now we roommates. Now we roommates.
With that 50. So that is right on point, because one of my people, I had posted, um, money seems to be at the bottom of the list for all the men. Is it because you consider yourself the provider? So one of my male followers said, money is a given as a functioning adult. It's almost expected. It's only an issue when you or the person you're interested in doesn't have it,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I'm like, so does a woman have to make a certain amount of money before you can consider her? And then he says, no, it is nice if her lifestyle and her desires match her income, or at least complement mine. So when I'm sorry, so we can collectively build the desired outcome. Nothing worse than a struggling person wanting luxury trips and designer clothes.
Yeah, and so just dissecting it. I mean, they coming up with with a plan in a sense, and it's like, all right, how does that work?
Yeah.
But see that, but now I would have. That's what I would say. Like, it all depends on what our goals are to get,
Mhm.
well, individually and as a couple. Like, what are we striving to do? You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
if I can pay all the bills, cool. But if I'm gonna be broke, where's the money to be investment? We can use your money to be used for investing and stuff like that. But that's more like a we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna game plan for it and all that. I think I think the whole I don't know if it's too many women out here still in the world. You can tell me, you're a woman, you can actually tell me that looks to be like I want to be a housewife in a sense. I don't want to work. I just want to be able to go do what I like to do. You like to dance. You're a dancer, so it's like I want to go do dance. I don't want to go to work. I want to go dance. I'm pretty sure you still want to be able to have your own money, not rely on an individual to not I can't think of a better word, but give you allowance or whatnot. I would think you want your own. But then again, I always hear women say, like, I want my own, but I don't want to spend it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I think that's where I say, like, it's it's a game in the sense of like, yes, most men are gonna come in saying, I need to be able to do that. All right.
Mhm.
Even if you say
Mhm.
50-50, like I don't think too many guys are gonna want to go 50-50 if we are
They're
a
not.
couple. And it'd
They're
be
not.
like,
I'm
nah.
not gonna. I'm gonna always just expect, like, I'm just gonna expect that unless you
Yeah.
not unless you tell me something different. I'm just like, okay, well, here's my 50%, like, and then like, nah, babe, like we ain't doing that.
And
Like, we gotta start
and Keith
back.
Love said, like security is key for a woman, and that doesn't just mean financially. So
Right.
what other security are we talking?
I mean,
Like,
just security in knowing that you have me in all types of ways, whether, and that also stems into like emotional, like, that
mm,
that connection is a security because you could pay for everything and we just ain't gonna have
yeah.
no damn connection. That's just that. But yeah, like knowing that you're gonna handle some
Well,
shit if needed.
well, that's funny you said that because Ari, Ari, what is this name you got? Ari Shy, but like Ari, yeah, Ari said definitely need emotional support as well. So you just said exactly
Hmm.
what she said earlier.
Yeah.
So that's a thing, and I think that's the part where I feel like a lot of men we struggle in the sense of just in the relationships as far as like we come in thinking like, yo, we got to be able to cover these finances, like money, like that. I mean,
Hmm.
that's how we're wired. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're
Hmm.
wired to just come in. We got to be able to secure this family financially. Of course, we got to be able to protect our family, you know what I'm saying, and all that. But then it's the emotional part that we really lack on
Hmm.
figuring like we need to have that. And I think nowadays with the lack of fathers in the households when men are growing up, so you're looking at the ages of what 20 to 45 ish, 50 ish,
Right.
they missed out, right? And
Hmm.
so now you're missing that aspect of watching a man be more emotionally available to handle his family, not just his wife, just his family, from growing from the kids and all that. Because they always say like you got to be the calm, right? The man has to be the calm because y'all gonna bring the storm. Y'all gonna bring that storm because y'all got a lot going on in that brain of y'all's and that
Right.
body of y'all.
Right.
So for us, we got to be able to sit there and be like, okay, not necessarily calm down, but like just just take a
More
breather
level headed.
and I got you. Like we okay.
Yeah.
Like instead of being adding
With
to
the
that with
goddamn it, the
like
goddamn
if you don't believe me,
it.
what you doing? Like what the hell? Like I just had a moment. You know what I'm saying? So right, like Keith said, like Keith Love said, like men bring the logic, but at the same time, Keith, we got to bring the logic, and we also got to bring that emotional like
Yeah.
security,
I
like
don't
y'all
know
said.
why. I don't know why. Like, I mean, I guess I know why because it's just been embedded in us for years and drilled in us that men have logic and women are just like the emotion. And it's like we both share like emotions, like a feminine trait and logic. I don't know what that is. I feel like everybody has logic, but still, it's like men are not supposed to have emotion. And like we got to let that go a little bit because the logic and the emotion together coming from a man, they can actually work. I feel like they could be more powerful if they allow that side to show.
Well, I don't think it's more like I don't. Okay, I understand what you're saying, and that is how society pretty much puts it. Like men are more logical based, and women are more emotional based. When you talk to the right people, you'll learn that most men are really emotional because they
As
don't know how
fuck.
to control that emotion. But then that's when I say, like, as a man, that's something that you have to understand, that you have to be in tune with, and be able to check in certain situations. Because when the house is on fire, you can't be panicking. You got to be the calm. You got to be the one to be like, yo, relax. We got this. I
Right.
got this. Like, I'm gonna stand 10 toes. You ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody going nowhere. I'm about to put this fire out and we're gonna talk about it later. Like, not like add to it with the extra emotion. And unfortunately, a lot of guys nowadays, we do that. Me included in a
Mhm.
sense because I've been there. I've done it, because you're in that moment and it's like, instead of saying like, okay, she tripping, let me not go with her with that. Let me just go ahead, take a deep breath, assure her that everything gonna be cool, and then like smooth this out the best way I can instead of like going back at her. Like you telling me I ain't
Right.
do something. I'm like, well, what the fuck you do? Like what you doing? It's like that's the part where most men get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's that. But like I said, like even going to the relationship goals part, like that's something that I feel like a lot of people need to understand. Like goals are great. And that's why I say like
Mhm.
I gotta debunk the whole goal thing. Goals are great, but I feel like the ultimate thing when you talk about relationship goals is understanding who you are and what it is you need to bring to the table to make the
A bigger
partnership
outcome. Mhm.
great. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's only attainable if you really put the work in yourself to figure out exactly what
Yeah.
it is that you bring and how to
Mhm.
control yourself. That's men and women.
Yeah.
Let me see. Saku said, women bring the calm peace to a man's life. Men bring the sense of security and assurance that we will lead our women in a direction of prospering in all areas of relationship. I agree. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's really a teamwork. It's really a team thing. Like if you never seen that Chris Rock, his last stand up, I don't know if it's Mr. Tambourine Man. I think it is.
Is
But
that
if
when
you
he spoke
watch,
about his wife at the end?
yeah, when he talked about his divorce from his
Hmm.
wife, when you talk about that, he drops a lot of gems in there about how about teamwork when it comes to being in a
Hmm.
relationship, and nothing's 50-50, nothing's even. Everybody has a role. Your role may change at any moment, but you got to be in tune with your partner to understand. It's like playing basketball.
Yeah.
Today I might not have it. My logical thinking ass may not have it. Like I might not have it today. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
lean on your logical thinking ass now because you, like you said, both of us can be both. We can be logical and emotional. So if I don't have it today, I need to lean on you. That's not to say like I'm gonna keep making bad decisions because that's what I'm tasked to do. Nah, I don't have it. I don't have it today. Like
I
check
need
me.
babe.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need you.
yeah. Let me. Hey, tag me out. I need you to hold it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's a fluid thing. And I've never been married. And I always like to talk to guys. Everything is 100, 100. You know, like Keith Love also said, relationships are definitely not
Are
50,
definitely
50.
not 50-50.
Yeah, and I've never been married, but I can only assume that in a marriage, it's like every day is a different day. We don't know
Hmm.
what they gonna bring, but we know we're a team and we're gonna figure this shit out, however best way we can.
Right.
Whether at the end of the day I like you or not. But I think those are the goals that I think you should be. I think most people should be attaining, like looking for, versus the whole. I feel like I should have this, that, and the other, and I feel like you
Hmm.
should be doing this, and I feel like, and that's the part where I feel like the relationship goals thing gets people in trouble because it's and I said it last week, like everybody, like most people, if they think about being of service to people, your partner, everything could be so much easier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
And
that.
ladies, that's just a reminder to let you know. And this ain't all ladies, but and Mike knows I am. For those of you that don't know me, I am like all for the women, but I will call a woman out when she is doing the wrong. Like, sis, no, that is
No,
not what you need
hey,
to do.
because
So
we
pretty
can't do
much
it.
just no.
We can't do it.
Just
We
pretty much
can't do it.
being cute and having a nice body and all that shit is not gonna get you anywhere. You have nothing to offer but doggy style, sis.
I mean, that's something to offer. Let's not say there's nothing to
But
offer.
it's
There's
not
something to
gonna get you.
offer.
Is that gonna get you all the things that you know
I
that we sit
mean,
here talking about? If you go with the trick, yeah.
no, it won't. It won't. It won't. I'll be honest with you, it won't. But I mean, it's a good. You can try. I mean, we ain't gonna shoot you down for trying. You should never
Mhm.
feel bringing 50% of yourself to a relationship is the move.
No.
I hear y'all. I see you guys talking about that bringing 100%. 100%, you should bring 100% of yourself to any relationship that you bring into. I think when she talk about 50-50, I think she's more talking about the financial stuff and things of
Yes.
that nature. If I'm not here to fill the gaps in your life in the sense of what
I'm
the
lacking.
unhappiness and this, that, and the other. No, you need to be happy. You know what I'm saying? What I am here to do is to aid and assist you in, and add to whatever happiness or things that you have. But I'm not here. Like, I think that's another thing that gets people in trouble when they go chasing after people that like fill voids in a sense. So like if I notice that, hey, you what can be a good example? Um, I don't know. Let's talk about money. Like you're good with money.
Mhm.
I'm bad with money. Yeah, you can show me how to do that and all that, but if I'm not really willing to learn and that's that and the other, we're gonna really like be in a bad spot. But
Mhm.
I need to learn how to handle my money before I come into a situation with another person because at the end of the day, that's gonna
Mhm.
be a big problem because most people get divorces and break up for financial reasons. It's just that simple. It's not cheating. It's not that. It's financial. It's financial reasons. So I need to take a class. I need to goddamn read some ebooks, join Dave
Right.
Ramsey class. I don't know, do something to get myself better in tune with finances and not lean on you for that because if things go sour, that's gonna be a big problem in our relationship. And I
Hey,
just I can't. Yeah.
put a wave at Sekou 87. Sekou used to be on a podcast with me before. Shout out to Anthony. Burr, 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 burr. But
Brr,
I
brr,
feel
brr.
like I feel like he should come on and talk because he's typing away. Like you might as well just request.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. If you want to jump on, hey man, we encourage
come
it,
on,
bro. Like
Anthony.
that's I, and he really is jumping. He said, if I pay rent in its entirety, then I would
I would
expect utilities to
expect
pay, for example. And that's the thing. Like those are like things that you got to discuss with your partner, whatever works for
exactly.
y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a situation where I was with an individual, and for me, I wanted to pay everything, but I understood after the first couple of tries, like that's a little too tight. But I'm like, so you just got to pay your car note, like just pay your car note. I ain't gonna be able to cover that because
Yes, I
shit
wish.
tight. You know what I'm saying? So it was that, but that was the situation, right? So everything's gonna be a fluid situation where you just got to work it with your partner. But
So
yeah,
what makes
man,
you want to pay everything? Is that just the man in
I,
you?
I think that was the man in me. Yeah, I feel like that was the man in me. But also that's something that my partner wanted in a sense. Because here's
Mhm.
the deal. Here's the deal. If you're being realistic about anything, like y'all gonna do probably what's needed to be done with the money better than we would if we really had it,
Mhm.
right? I mean, most of our grandparents, right? The granddad went to work, dropped the check off on the table. Grandma took care of all the finances, right? She took care, made sure
Mhm.
money was saved, made sure shit was,
Mhm.
put up or kids were taken care of, the food was in the refrigerator, all that good stuff. I bring the money and you take care of it. So
Right.
yeah, so for me it was just that. Like that's what I know. That's how I was not necessarily told or taught, but that's what I saw. I saw that hey, men take care of this.
Mhm.
And that's it. And then let's talk about it. Like I got it.
Yeah, and so see for me, like, I grew up in a traditional type of home as well, but me being in my adult years, I've been in this by myself. Like, I've had relationships, but I've never like lived with somebody or anything like that. So I am like extremely self-sufficient. So like for me, that's why I say any situation I'm gonna go in is gonna be 50-50 on shit. Like,
Yeah.
but it's like I've never experienced that in life. Like, so
And
it's a little
and
different.
I said, so cool. Oh, they in here.
What
There
up,
he is.
What's
Anthony?
going on? What's
Yeah.
going on?
And what's up,
Hey.
bro? I appreciate you for joining, bro.
Absolutely.
Hey, so let me ask you since you jumped in, man. Like when people talk about relationship goals, man. When you think about that, what's the first thing that come to your mind when you think about when people like oh relationship goals and this that and the other?
I don't believe in relationship goals. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I don't follow celebrities for to be a goal. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
it's nice to look at, but when you out of my tax bracket and all that stuff, like it ain't none of my business.
Right.
So it's one of those things I'm gonna focus on my current situation, what I'm capable of doing when dealing with women. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, for example, I've been single but dating for the past 10 to 12 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it all started from a bad relationship that I had probably like in my early 20s and all that stuff that
Mm-hmm.
told me to basically just like sit your ass down because you thought you knew what you wanted, but it
Yeah.
ain't what you want,
Right.
you know? So the goals that I have, I'm always learning from the people around me. Shameen can tell you same thing. Like I learn from the people that's around me, my friends that's in relationships, celebrities that's in relationships and all that stuff. Like I see
Yeah.
what it is that I would like and what I don't like,
Yeah.
and that's coming from me. Like I lost my father at, I think, age 15.
Wow.
So I
Okay.
never actually had a man teach me on how to be in a relationship. You
Right.
know, I grew up, my dad was actually a Rolling Stone. I see countless women coming in and out of his house and all this other stuff. So I'm like, something not right, you
Yeah.
know. And I grew up with my mom and my grandma after he passed. So I'm raised by two women. So my mindset is to always make sure that the women is taken care of in your life,
Yeah.
you know.
For
So
for sure.
that's the goals that I would see is that no matter what is to, even if it's your last, you're gonna make sure, okay, my girl got my last. I'd rather my girl have my last than me sit there and, be thriving off of whatever I have. If it's the last $5 I got and I'm like, well, it can go in my gas tank or it can go in her gas tank, then I'm gonna put it in her gas tank to make sure she good and I'm gonna figure my day out.
Exactly. And I
So
and since you asked that question to me, like, why did you do that? Like, I feel like most men we think like that because remember I told you, as a man, we're really here to be of service. Like that's just really what we're here
we
on earth to
are.
do. Like, and
We
like I say, and when we what sir, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to
Yeah.
make sure I've had women in my life think that men are literally here to serve them. And I will always stick by this. I wasn't placed on this earth to work a 9 to 5 or even be an entrepreneur and hand my money over to a woman,
Hmm.
especially one that's not deserving of it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I'm supposed to live a life as well. Because to me, that means it's like a slave mentality. Like I'm literally waking up every single day to do
A pimp
for you,
mentality.
yeah, like for you to sit at home and wake up because you want to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm all for a woman wanting to be a stay-at-home mom. But my
Yeah.
thing is, if I give you the lifestyle to be a stay-at-home mom, I want you to still do something with your life. Whether you're going to
Hmm.
school, whether you're, even if you're taking care of the kids, you're doing something for yourself. Because if there is ever a time that I cannot provide, I need you to step up. And if
Yeah.
you've always just been a stay-at-home mom taking care of the kids ain't paying the bills. You know what I'm saying?
I'm 100% agreeing with that. Like, and I think most women will say that if I were able to stay at home, I would still find something else to do. Right?
Mm.
I can't do it, y'all.
You say you what?
I can't do it. I be tweaking on my off days. I'm like, well, shit. Like, do I relax or like,
Oh, you mean like
like,
if you was just to stay at home and not
yeah.
work, you couldn't do it?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I
No.
would hope that you want to do something. Like,
Right.
but I want to go back because you said something, man. I'm gonna say you said you've been single for like 10 years, right? And you
Yeah.
said you also learn from a lot of people around you. And I want to ask, like, how do you then like know the things that you learned are actually gonna work if you don't utilize it? You know what I'm saying? Like
Because
if
I
I'm
date
learning, yeah,
just
that's what I'm saying. So,
from me dating, like so for example, right, I'm a pretty open person. I don't judge people, and I really don't care what people think about me. I'm just a person that learns, right?
right,
I'm in a position like what Tutu said earlier, where if you're not financially stable, you should not be dating, right?
right.
So I'm in a place of that right now, which I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a step back. I'm not gonna really date, and I'm just gonna focus on myself because I feel like I put a lot of my finances and a lot of my time into women, and I fucked myself over in the long run because they're no longer here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm continuously giving money out, and they're no longer here, or they no longer stay because there's nothing there to provide. So,
So real quick, what would you think financially stable? Because that keeps being a term. Because Tutu said it earlier too. Like a person shouldn't date
so
unless they're financially stable. What does that entail? Like what does that look like? Because I can make $150,000 and still walk around here broke. So
you
I
can.
mean, what
So
does
financially
stable look like for
stable.
y'all?
So financially stable for me is kind of what you said, right? You have a financial security of knowing, should I be buying these shoes right now, or could I be
Uh-huh.
paying a bill off? You know what I'm saying? Could I be putting money away to save, or could I be buying a vacation just because I'm bored right now or something? Financial
Mm.
stability comes on how you manage money, I personally feel, and what you do with it. If you put it into an investment to where, okay, you know what, I'm purposely not spending money because I'm investing it for it to grow, for longevity, for whatever may come in the future, versus just buying materialistic things. I'm not a materialistic person at all. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
pay what needs to be paid. I honestly don't care. I tell people all the time, I do not care about money. It's something that's made value by society. If we
Yeah.
all just literally woke up one day and said we don't give a fuck about money, we will all be made equal. But because we
Okay.
put so much value to that, is the reason why we have the shit that's going on now in the world and everything else, because everybody wants power.
So your financial stable is more so the management of the money. Like if a
Management
person
of the
doesn't have,
money, yeah,
okay.
that
And what about you,
management.
Tutu? Because you said it earlier, and I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Financial stability to me is having financial freedom, low key. Like,
Ooh. Oh.
you have enough to like pay your bills, play with, save, and do whatever you want to do with your money instead of like living the paycheck to paycheck life. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All
Just
right.
where you're at a place where you're comfortable. Now the thing is, everybody's gonna have their times where, and I want to chime in on this guy, or like
And we
maybe
got
has
two more
been
people that want to
alone.
jump in here too. But before you
Knowledge
go
of
any
the go
before you go
ahead.
further, I'm gonna ask Ed this one thing. So, Ed, when it comes to the four things that we posted about, like what does a man or woman look for in a woman, right? When we put one, money, two, looks, loyalty. There's three, and personality. What would be your four things in order if you were to put them in order of importance?
I did actually 4-3-2-1. I like I
Four,
said, three, two,
three,
one.
two, one. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what most men would put. Well,
and I
no,
mean,
well, they put looks up there. Four,
yeah, I
three,
mean,
two, one.
looks is always
Looks and
you
loyalty
gotta.
was the two that.
But here's the thing: you can have the looks, and if your personality is ass, you could be a 10. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And your personality is just straight ass. That's gonna make you a 6 in my book,
that's
versus
a good
somebody
point.
that may be a 6 and got a personality of a 10. You
And
know,
somebody asked like, how old are you, Ed?
I turned 35 this year.
Oh, 35. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get my cousin here, and I hope you're staying here too, bro. But I'm gonna get my cousin here because I want to see what he got to
Yeah,
say. He wanted to
absolutely.
say something, and I appreciate you stopping in, bro. I
Yeah, no
really do,
problem.
man. That take a lot. But yeah, this is good stuff, bro. Um,
All right,
I,
bye,
th-
Aunt.
I don't
yeah,
know how
man,
to
peace.
leave. How do you leave?
I don't know. I think you gotta hit the. I don't know, bro.
All right,
Don't even get me
let
How
me
do
see
going.
if
you
I can, yeah.
leave?
All right.
You.
But yeah, like that financial stability thing, and like Keith Love said, we finna get him in here if I can. I hope he updated his
He
app because
said that
last
you
week he
gotta
didn't
have
update.
6 to 12 months of
Six
savings.
to
No,
twelve
I'm
months saved. Let me see what he talking about with that. And I got one more person trying to get in after that. Let
Hold
me
on,
see.
y'all. I'm sorry. I'm here, but I hear something by my door. I'm sorry.
Oh
Okay.
no, go check that out. Let me get Keith in here. But yeah, man, it's a big thing. Keith, what up? What up, cuz?
Yeah, what up, dude?
Chilling, man.
He
You
updated
say,
that
hey, you see, update that app, G. He
Yeah, you know
updated
what?
it.
I just upgraded my phone and everything
Oh,
like
he
a
got
few
all new
days ago.
stuff. He got all
Yeah,
new stuff. Hey, that's what's up.
yeah.
So check it. So we talk about relationship goals. I'm one like Ant that don't really believe in the typical way people look at relationship goals. I think goals are more set on more like what is it that you want out of a relationship, not what you see and other people get. But I want to start by asking you how do you feel about that, and then we're gonna get to this whole financial security thing.
I, I think I think when we talk about relationship goals, I think a lot of people relate that to celebrity relationships, right?
Yeah.
When they
app.
see
It's not.
when they see the Russell Wilsons and the Sierras or the Cardi B's and the Offsets, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That I think that's where that term relationship goals came from. I
Mm-hmm.
think relationship goals can be really on any level. You know, you don't
Mhm.
necessarily have to be a celebrity. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can be a person who works a 9 to 5 and your girl working 9 to 5, and y'all out here getting it and you trying to build together. That's relationship goals. So it really is
Exactly.
defined
Mhm.
by the individual, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
Right.
when
Exactly.
we talk about relationship goals, I think a lot of people are relating it to what we see in social media, which is fiction in a sense, right? Because that's that group of people who have the opportunity to take those trips and to, you know what I'm saying, to spend the money the way they want to spend it, but it's not reality in a
Yeah.
sense, right?
Yeah.
So we got to be careful when we talk about relationship, what we're comparing it to. You know what I
Uh
mean?
huh.
So that's how I look at it.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I think we're all in agreement, man. It's all about what you set forth as realistic goals as far as yourself and
Right.
what you and your partner can obtain, not some unrealistic. I'm not gonna pull up with a Benz with a red bow on it every birthday because that's what I feel like you should have. No, I'm not gonna do it. I don't. No.
Hey,
Even if I could, I probably
but
wouldn't do it. Sounds like a
But the
bad
crazy
idea.
thing is, those relations. Sorry to cut you off, but the thing is, in
No, you
those
good.
relation that when people have those quote unquote relationship goals, they live outside their means when they're trying to compete and when they're
Yeah,
trying to
talk
keep
about that.
up.
See,
As
so
they
Exactly.
we
say,
ain't want
keep
to.
up with the
We ain't really
Joneses.
tap
Everybody's
into
in.
that.
Everybody's
We ain't
all
tap into
stuck
that.
into this. I posted this yesterday. Like everybody's like all stressed out and depressed over the illusion that they see
Right.
on social media. That is just not real because these people probably broke as hell. They spent everything on that damn Benz and that bow.
I tell you what. I
And
tell you what, and then we gonna get to this financial stability thing because you put something out here. But I tell you what, I even piggyback off that whole illusion thing even more because everybody's got money, right? And I remember you, man, you talk about all the time too. Everybody rich but us. Like, how's everybody rich? Everybody got
everybody
designer.
rich
Everybody got
but us
this. Everybody got all this
because
stuff,
I
right?
ain't
I ain't got no designer, and that's cool. But now gas prices are a little high, and everybody
buying
crying. Everybody, oh my God! I went to the gas pump, had put $78 in my little car, and I just did it because I'm like, well, I gotta get gas. I ain't cry
it.
about it. So it's
What
like,
happened to
well,
your
if you got,
generational wealth you was creating and all that crypto? You was like,
it should be a drop in the bucket. That's 78. That ain't nothing. Your Louis bag cost you 1,500. Like, what you mean?
Hey
right.
man,
But you
is the
said
Louis bag
financial
real?
security for a man, Keith, is well, that's the thing. You don't know about all that because nobody show the receipts. And nobody ever show. I ain't never seen nobody at the store buying anything. I ain't never seen that. They post everything else, but I ain't never seen nobody at the store posting. Well, that's something we can talk about too maybe later. But Keith, you said 6 to 12 months to you will be considered maybe a financial stability thing in a person's life when they are looking to bring another
No,
person in.
no. What I was replying to comments where like you should have financial security before you start dating, right?
Right.
My thing is, I and things. You should be able to take care of yourself by yourself without anyone else
Right.
in a sense, right? To me, that's how I look at financial
Right.
stability. That I'm able to take care of myself without you, right? But am I perfect? Do I practice the best saving like mentality? Do I make poor decisions when it comes to like I'm gonna buy some shoes rather than like pay all of my let me see, pay off a bill. You know what I mean? Like it's I guess what I'm getting at is I don't want people to think that you have to be just this person that got buku money in your savings account and all that before you start dating, because when you're dating, you really have to truly get to know a person, right?
Right.
And you really don't. I've been married 14 plus years. I mean, it's my cousin,
That's what's
Michael.
up.
You know my wife, right?
Yeah. She in here.
And my wife, she makes really good money. You know what I mean? But at the same time, when it comes to financial stability between her and I, it's like we do for each other. Whatever needs to be taken care of, we take care of it. So and what I want people to understand is, and from my opinion, is that financial stability is different from every couple. It's different for every couple.
Yes.
It's not the same. I think sometimes we try to generalize it and make it the same across the board. You know what I'm saying? And we can't do that. Everyone's situation is different. So my thing is, if you're able to take care of yourself by yourself before you meet anyone else, then you're financially secure in my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you make the best decisions? No, you may not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna make poor decisions when you're married.
It's
when you're in a relationship.
It's a very disheartening
what I mean?
thing to think a person that because they feel like they haven't been to Greece and every year they can't take a wild trip to think that their life is not equating to what they feel like it should be. And it's like, it takes time to get to places to things like that. And like I'm blessed and Tuzu as well. We're blessed with the ability to do things like that on the whim because of our career. But at the same time, it's like when most people think about the extravagant lifestyles and stuff, people put time and years in to get to a position where they're able to do that. But in this microwave society, and that's why I consider it's a microwave society, because you got, like I told you, I always tell people, I was like, investing is a new thing, right? We're all learning how to invest now. Some people hit the lick. It's like, back in the day, you hit the lick. You know what I'm saying? I got on that Dogecoin at the right time, so now I got 500,000 sitting in the bank. But that's only 2%, So the other ones that didn't catch that wave, it's like, bro, just take your time, man. Easy, bro. Easy. Don't live above your means. Don't do too much too soon. Because
why are they doing that though? They're doing it because of social media. They're doing it because they think that's what they're supposed to do.
It's a look,
right?
It's a look.
You have to dial into what you and your woman, your man, whoever you dating, you got to dial into what you guys want to.
What y'all want to do? Exactly.
You can't compare what you want to what somebody else has, because when you do that, you're taking away from the true essence of what you actually share and who you actually are as individuals. So again, man, like my man.
I agree.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, I feel like a low key with that relationship stuff, like what you just said. I feel like a lot of women are the ones that are like really like pressing on having to do all this stuff that people do on social media. That's just my opinion. Like, I feel like men don't too much care that much.
Because you know why? Because we got our heads down and we out here working. That's how I look at it. Like,
women have been trained with this Disney princess ending, and they see this illusion of these Disney princess endings or these couples posing like, oh my God, my babe did this and my babe did that, or blah blah blah, and they're wondering why they haven't had that, even though they don't know what this couple ever went through to get to that point. They don't even know if this couple's going through some shit right now to even like,
that couple not gonna be together in the next 4 weeks. It's a facade. Like, it'd be a facade half the time.
You see how
most of the time when you're in the doghouse, you want everybody to see, like, yo, look, man, I got my girl. Like, yes, because you did something you weren't supposed to do. Now you posting your girl now, huh? Yeah, I know.
It's funny that you say that, because I remember my ex definitely did that. Ain't never posted me in the history of ever. Next thing I know, I'm on every single slide.
Because you don't think that matter to me now. That's all. Because I don't want to lose you. Because I appreciate you stopping in, bro. Hey, I really do,
appreciate
man.
it.
Hey, no, I appreciate it.
I like what y'all doing. This is dope, man. I'm definitely.
Hey, I appreciate. Hey, thank you,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Appreciate you, man. But I'm gonna holler at you.
Yeah. All right.
Let me get my boy Zach here. I hope he's still in here, because Zach said some things. He said he didn't agree with some things earlier when Ant was on, And
You
I
gotta
want to
hang
see what
him
he
up.
disagreed with. I don't know how
Or
to
I
hang
think
up. He
you
got to
gotta
hang
hang
up. I
up
don't know what
because
to
then
Hey,
do.
he'll
do I
come
gotta
back.
hang up? I'll leave
Yeah, I
out.
don't know what you
I'll
got to
leave
do
out.
though. You got to like leave.
I'll leave out.
I need Mike to figure it out, but you
I
can
don't think I
come
can. I
back.
think they got to do it on their own. All right, let me
No,
see if
but they
Zach's still here because he requested. Let me see. Go ahead, Tutu. I'm listening.
no, I was just saying I thought that he could, this is a tech issue. I just I thought that
Nah, no,
he
no. I
could
think they
do
all
it.
got to leave on their own. Zach, what up,
Hey
Z?
Dad.
What up? What up, bro? Long
Man,
time,
G,
man.
hey, everything's good, man. By the way, before we start, man, let me tell you something, bro. I remember when we started the podcast, and I was like, yo, Zach on to something. My man did. If y'all don't know this guy, that's my boy Zach, man. We used to play ball back in the day. He got a podcast, Off the Glass podcast. And it's a really good podcast. And the Joker is my MVP for the year too. I'm glad you're on the same page I'm on. And but I saw you chime in and you said you disagreed with something. I want to know what that was you disagreed with.
Well, we working on me and the wife, you friend. We've been together almost 10 years now.
Okay.
And she's pretty much been a stay-at-home mom the whole time.
Right.
Like the first year and I'll say 2 years of our marriage, she worked. But when she got pregnant with my son, Zen, it was some complications. And I told her to stop working and she hasn't worked since.
Okay.
So we had the idea of homeschooling and her being at home because we just feel like nowadays, at some capacity, somebody should be at home. That's just my opinion. It's just so many distractions going on. Somebody has to be home to watch the children. Them days of when us 80s babies being latchkey, in my opinion,
Right.
I just feel like that's over with. It's just too much going on. So somebody should be there. So we always had that in mind. So with her, this is her idea. I'm not going to sit here as the man and say this was my idea. This was her idea.
Right.
We always set ourselves up, whether it was mortgage, where we lived at, that my salary at the time, I was, with the police. Now I got my own trucking thing. But I always set up everything to live off of one income. Right. But the thing that I disagree with what he said was, it's gotten to the point with her now, she wants her own thing. Not so much financially, right? Like that will help, right? Who doesn't want extra income? Because that's what we're all talking about now, right? I think the pandemic showed everybody that. I don't care if you sell shirts on the side, meals.
Man, these gas prices and showing you need some extra income.
You gotta have some extra income, but as somebody who we're living the stay-at-home lifestyle, I want it to be abundantly clear. It's not really about the money. As at the while, especially with 2 children in. I got my son's 5, my daughter's 3 now. She needs something to have her own. Because after a while, it's just the children. And it's just when I come home. So I just wanted to draw that point home because I don't think, and I also don't think the stay-at-home lifestyle is for everybody.
Well, Tutu said she couldn't do it.
I'm also not in his situation either. He's married and has been with his woman for 10 years. Like, I'm single. I've never been married. I don't live with anyone. I haven't. So I'm always on the go. Like, me personally right now in my 30s, I would feel like, okay, maybe I'm being sat down. Like, and that would feel weird to me. But if I was a mother or a wife, it might be different.
Well, I mean, like he said, like it works. I feel like everything works for the individual couples. Like if that works for y'all, and like you said, you talked about the homeschool and stuff and things like that. I can think back when my son was first born, I didn't want him to go to daycare. You know what I'm saying? So my child's mother, I had her come stay with us for like the first 2 years, and I used to cover her bill. We used to cover her bills just to be able to have somebody home, because I travel for a living, to have somebody there to help with the kid and have him. Because I'm like, no, my son's not going to daycare. No, I'm not having it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
No, it's real, Mike. And for us, right, it got to the point where we're able to save money in other ways. Like she's not spending money to go to work. She's not buying a whole nother wardrobe to go to work. It's like things like that.
Childcare alone is saving you a grip of money.
Even when we looked into just some part-time stuff, just so we go for a couple hours, it's like
$700.
It was absurd.
$700.
But
easy.
The benefit, if we dropped them in school
$1,200
right
a month.
now, if we dropped him in the school right now, he's doing first and in some cases second grade work. And my 3-year-old is right there with him because she's working with them 30, 40 minutes a day. And then the other thing I want to say real quick too, with the finance part, well, just in general.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that next.
I think from a far first of all, I'm confused that people have social media and you're not a content creator and you're not selling anything. Like
Really?
yeah, because when we
I'm
got
selling
married,
stuff.
we got rid of social media when we got married.
Mm.
Best decision we ever made. I only got back on social media when I started podcasting. Believe it or not, Mike, this fall will
Mm.
be 6 years.
Okay.
It'll be 6 years. So once I started podcasting, but in my opinion, just from what I see going on, because I be mainly on Twitter, because that's where most of my following
Yeah, I
is.
ain't tapped into the Twitter world yet. I'm
The
scared.
people, well, it's like Clubhouse over there now with the spaces and different things, but just the things, it's such a distraction. So let me just get
Yeah.
to that. It's just, if you're not promoting anything and there's so much going on, I just don't understand why you're even on it to begin with. And like you guys were saying, people are looking at how to build relationships, and I hear finance. And while that's important, what's kept our marriage together is communication, trust.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
then
we
you got to
speak of that
have some
last
money.
week?
You got to have some money because no woman wants to be not, feeling protected and feeling provided for. But this finance part is so skewed nowadays, and that's why I put in the timeline. I encourage all Black people, go read the Pew Report, PEW. They do the research every year on the makeup of racial and the money. The average Black man makes $56,000 a year.
I saw you post that.
Like,
You know, my
so,
friend posted, not to cut you off, my friend posted that book yesterday because she's doing the hard 75 hard. And so that, I was like, I need to read that because I guess in the challenge, you're supposed to read 10 pages a day, like just to make yourself disciplined. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, so like you got to have a realistic lens of how you're approaching these relationships. Because I'm somebody that married my wife, still living at home. Mike, remember working at Lifetime, driving the school bus like I had nothing. But she liked the fact that I had a 2-parent household. I had no children at the time.
Yeah.
And she felt like my value system and the fact I went to work and she was going to help build me up, because that's what the woman is supposed to do, help build the man up.
Yeah.
Men, especially Black men with so much going on, we're not going to come ready. You got to be willing, sisters, to help build us up like how we build you up. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to, because if we're being honest, the Black woman is light years ahead of us. Like, and we don't want to have that honest conversation.
I'm so happy you said that, because that's going to be something we're going to talk about in the future. But that's one of the most important things I feel like that people miss when they looking for their person, or they're looking for like who they feel like they should be with. I feel like nobody's willing to put that work in with anybody nowadays, because everybody wants people to be ready made. And it's like, nah, I'm gonna be prepared to work, but I'm not gonna be ready made because I don't know who I'm gonna be with.
Like for me, I experienced a situation where somebody who was not ready made, and that's kind of why I'm just where I am right now, is because that shit was crazy. Like it ended up being like me. I lost my own self, like literally. All my investing in that I would give a little bit to myself. I had nothing for myself.
Let me jump in, and I want to say this, and I'm not saying that you're here to fix us. And I hope that's not something that I want. I don't want people to hear like, hey, we're not ready made, fix us. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if I have a good career and I am putting in the work to be the best version of myself alone, when you come in, you aided me to do that. I don't feel like that's something far-fetched from what it's supposed to be. Because like I told you, like I said, I'm going to keep saying this. We're on this planet to be of service to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I do for you within the realistic confines of what I can do for you, rather, right? Because I can't buy you a G-Wagon tomorrow. I can't do that. But what I can do, I can do certain things. So if everybody looks at it like that, like, how can I help you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What am I? I'm good at this. I can help you grow at that. I don't have a very big family structure. I didn't come from that, right? So if you are that person, help me out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Show me how that looks.
But also, too, because I know where she was going with, I think both men and women, we have to be honest with ourselves, especially once we reach a certain age in our 30s and we talking about dating, and I'm 40 now. Are we really picking bullshit people? Are men picking bullshit women? Are women picking bullshit men? Or are you passing on, I'm only speaking for myself, are you passing on the guy like me who
might not be where he wants to be, but he's willing to work to get to where he needs to be. I just need a mate and a partner to help support me. And I have a lot of conversations with different men who they might be like a janitor making $60,000 at the hospital, which puts you above the average.
The average, yeah.
They might be a mechanic.
Yeah.
They might be a truck driver.
But that's not a sexy look. That's not a safe lifestyle. It's not a sexy lifestyle, though.
So what I'm saying is I think on both ends, because I hate nowadays it seems to be a woman or a man thing. I just think we all need to do better and make sure that we picking the right people for the right reasons.
I think that's one of the biggest things right there. Just picking the right people, G. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just think about Tutu. Think about if you pick the right person in a sense. And I'm not saying, I'm not putting it on you, but like you pick the right and you do what you said you did to exhaust yourself. But that person was really receiving what you were doing and actually taking heed to it and utilizing it. Life is totally different right now. You know what I'm saying?
And then I'm gonna share this last thing, and I'm gonna hop off.
Okay.
The great Bob Hambrick, the head coach at Simeon, right?
Hambrick, Simeon, stand up.
That's
Simeon. That's
my wife. That's my wife's godfather, right?
Wow.
He always told her, "Want to be with the person that wants to be with you, not necessarily the person you want to be with." And I was like, wow, like, because a lot of times we find ourselves chasing a certain type of person or this or what we think, and that person might be right in front of you the whole time.
I'm a living testament to that, G.
Because that was deep.
Don't go
to. I think it actually touched me this time.
No, that's the realest shit.
He might have got it from somebody. I don't know, but that's
I'm gonna snippet that. I'm gonna snippet that and put that to mine. I'm gonna post that to mine, G.
On my Facebook.
Yo, that's probably the realest thing we're gonna hear for the rest of the month. You know what I'm talking about? It's the truth. It's the truth, bro. What? But you know what's funny? As you say that, I quickly think of some music, right? TLC had a whole song about that, right?
Chasing waterfalls.
Think about as a man.
Just saying,
bullshit women that you dealt with because of maybe how she looked, or maybe kind of how her figure was. But when you talk to her, she couldn't. I mean, it was just no substance there.
Well, that goes into this whole checklist thing where people will say, like, your personality matters.
It matters.
It matters, G. Like, your looks. Look, man, your looks. And as I travel more, I'm telling y'all right now, man, it ain't the fine-ass chicks that you would think are the ones that's wifed up. It be the, and no disrespect, it be the mid-tier. You know, like, regular smuggler. And it's like, it's something to say about like a person that can like really like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like add to your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't drain me. Like, all right, you cute. You require me to do all this, but I'm drained. Like, what are you adding to me? Like you say, Tutu, like, what you bringing? Like, what you bringing? Yeah, you cute. You think you this, that, but I can't do this, bro. You definitely ain't get no Birkin out of me, so.
No,
you know.
right. I don't know why I'm not following you on the gram, but I saw this on Facebook. That's how I came over to hop on. So I'm glad you posted it. So I followed you on the gram. Hey, you know, I do all kinds of stuff. So if you ever want to, you know, chop it up or have me on, just
definitely hit you up, bro.
Basketball was just the lane that I went in because I was a cop at the time.
Hey, we doing this every Tuesday. We doing this every Tuesday. Every Tuesday we doing this. This is gonna be a thing for us. Me and her talk every day, and we told ourselves, like, man, why don't we just get on there once a week and just talk in front of everybody and see what they got to say about what we talking about.
You still call me Zach because we go way back, but I rebranded I'm Knowledge now. I go by Knowledge. So
knowledge, man.
Okay,
Respect, bro. Respect.
I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you stopping by, G.
I didn't get the sister's name.
Oh, I'm Shemaine. You can call me Tutu though.
Yeah.
Don't do that though, cause I don't know you like that. So I ain't gonna get on here like, hey, Tutu, like
Tutu.
Everybody calls me Tutu. Everybody calls me Tutu. You can.
Tutu, yeah, that's my G. That's my G.
I
appreciate you, bro.
Chop it up, though. Appreciate you.
You got the gem of the night.
Appreciate that.
Burn.
We gotta get a little sound effect, G.
Yeah. Well, that was great.
No, real talk, man. Like, and these are two married men that chimed in, and then Ann as well. Like, it's something to be said. Like, it's like I said, man, relationship goals have been skewed so much. Like I told you, it's good to have. You got to have some type of goals or some type of things that you require, right? I'm gonna call requirements, because I call them I have a no-go list. Like, there are no-go items on my list. I'm like, I can't do it. If you smoke cigarettes, I don't give a shit who you are or what you bring into my life. I can't do it. I don't care. But there's certain things you have to have, and the facade of what you see on social media and what people utilize as relationship goals, that ain't real. If you want to know what's real, go talk to some of your married friends. They'll give you the real.
Yeah,
It's the real. And you be like, what? Like, yeah. And it's every day. It's every day. Every day is something new. But guess what? We linked in to a point where it don't matter. It don't matter.
no,
No squares. You're right, G. No squares, G.
no,
I can't
not
do it.
even
Or
with
Black and
one.
Mouse. Because I know, and them Black and Mouse, people still smoke them. You just need to just check yourself in some rehab or something, because that's ridiculous. But you got that game. Let's finish this off with this game, because we had an hour.
Oh shit,
That was
we
an
had an
hour.
hour right now. That was
Gee,
good.
that's kind of wild. But you got this game. So what you want to do with this? What you want to do with this game, G?
I mean,
Hold on,
I
hold on,
was
hold on.
gonna use.
Somebody want to
Okay,
jump
let
in.
him in. Let him
All right, we're
jump
gonna let him
in.
in. We can just do it. I'm free. I don't care. I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't got nothing to do.
I
Let me
gotta
see if
do
you're
some
gonna get in here though.
experiment.
Not
My
not
G.
how
My
you
G.
doing, man?
First of all, man,
Not the
happy
not not the
birthday.
black and miles though. Not the
The Black and Mouse, G. You can't do the Black and Mouse. Oh, it's
no man.
squares. You can't be sitting there pulling up talking about so what we finna do? What we finna do?
Yo, see,
You know, when
We
you
finna go
roll
right
up,
we
speed
finna
up a
go right
little bit
now.
more.
yo, I just think if you at the point where you at black and miles in your life, you have serious issues. There's some outside someone you need to talk to if you want to still.
2022.
Bro, I appreciate you chiming in. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
hit you
man, I
with the
have to
same
see.
questions, G. How do you feel about
Yeah.
relationship goals? And when it comes to how people look at it and they really like hold it to a standard almost, how you feel about that?
Well, you know what's interesting, bro? I was just on a podcast I joined Sunday with my man Lapeef.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like Lapeef, and he got kind of YouTube thing, and it was the topic was about Russell Wilson, how he's labeled as a cornball, right? You know
Mm-hmm.
how the thing it goes now, like the basically the question, the way you could ask the question is like that's what made me chime in. I'm like, I saw, of course, relationship goals, and
Yeah.
I've been married 13 years,
13
so
years. No double
uh,
no double digit. See, hey, by the way,
yeah,
C2, these are all my boys, by the way, right? This is my family.
yeah.
Yeah.
You see who I gotta like
You gotta
live
get
up
it
to?
together, get your 1 year. See, I'm
So
over here looking like,
I can't make it 6 months on some real shit.
hey,
right.
so what what always primed me to chime in is I literally been I've been married 13 years, and we always our goals tend to change every year. Like people think that you
It's a
get
moving
married
target.
and you become stagnant. It has to change. So my
Mm-hmm.
wife is, she's a, she's working on her blog thing. She's into her lifestyle blog. So a lot of times, what I think my goals are, it don't match her goals. She's like, I want to travel the world. I just want to chill and have a drink. Like that's how my, my mindset goes. All you do is work, and take care of the kids. I want to travel some, but it's weird because like a single person, that I don't envy any person right now that is single, because relationship goals are based off what you're seeing every day. So social media gives.
Oh, dang.
Sorry, he gonna come back. He must got that wide. He in Chicago, so he must got that wide open west I was talking about last week.
Wait, is it? Am I locked up?
No, you back now. You back.
The
You
Wi-Fi.
Oh
froze.
man.
He said
You was
social
back to make it.
media
You was about to.
gig.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It was a black and mouse, man. I'm telling you, it was black and mouse. Hey, let me go to another button. So let me know
You got
what
to
I'm
go
saying.
close to the router. I get it.
So even being single, dog, social media gives you a false interpretation of what you think relationship goal is supposed to be,
Oh, 100%,
right?
bro.
So that's the biggest issue. Like now being single, like you see somebody, you might be at home with your spouse and you're hanging out, y'all watching movies, but you log on to Instagram and somebody twerking on the boat with their wife. You like, I am not doing enough in my life right now. And you like, damn, we
Right.
just chilling,
Why
we
we not
watching
living
movies.
like that? Why we not living
Exactly.
like that?
I'm not
So
twerking on the
automatically,
boat.
like, and I grew, me and Mike grew up together, so we grew up pre-social media, man, where you had to get a girl house
I
phone.
grew up pre-social media.
Facts.
Yeah, there you go. So it was like talking to this generation now, even like I would say, what would you say, 30 and below? Like they're past the age where you have to get a girl's phone number. Now you just follow on social media
Let's
or
just
hit.
follow you, Jim. I just watch your every move. I
Yeah,
just stalk you before I know you before I even say
right.
something to you.
Like how was the club last night? Oh, I was there.
Right,
Yeah, you posted every
exactly.
picture.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's one of them things, man. And just to chime in for me, man, relationship goals never stop when you get married. They actually get
Yeah.
elevated because you
Yeah.
can still grow apart if you don't have a conversation about where you want to go. Like you can still be in a house, raising kids, paying bills, and still be growing apart because your mind is going here and hers is going there.
Yeah, I don't think like I say, it's not about the goals and sense. I feel like
Yeah,
the mindset of people when they say relationship goals is just off because it's like it's the
100%.
reality of it. Like you're not being
100%.
realistic in these goals
Exactly. Like
because
they what they
like
see is like it goes to your
yeah.
point. What they see the most elaborate stance, but what happens if somebody
Yeah.
gets sick?
You know what's a
Somebody
fun time for me? You and I
yeah,
at my son's soccer game, rooting for my son's killing kids out here, and
yeah.
then we leave and we go get some food, and then actually, we chill at the crib watching a movie. That's a
Hey,
good
hey,
damn
hey,
time to
hey,
me.
hey, hey! Don't get on your capping, man. You got some ribs in that cup while you watching the game, man. Don't be on here.
Tell you something, boy. Let me tell you,
Right.
you already know what I got going on over here, Jack. You already
My
know.
boy.
It's my family right there. But no, but like
Yeah,
it's a
5-6%.
real
Yeah,
thing. Like goals are real, but it's like you have to set them in the sense of what fits for you. Like that's
exactly.
it. Don't look at
You have to have
Russell.
your own
Russ,
relationship goals, not
yes,
the
exactly,
hashtag
bruh.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's
hey, Russ, I have to chime in on that's a big part of it because relationship goals are so skewed right now. Like my relationship goal is have somebody to wipe my ass when I get sick, when I
there you
get
go.
older, and get
There
taken
you
care of.
go.
That's my relationship goal.
Nobody
My
thinks
goal
about
do not
that.
to
Like,
go
well, when I get older, who gonna take care? Who gonna be there for me? Like,
and my wife said, I ain't wiping no asses. You married the wrong person.
she gonna put you in a home, so you better be
She
cool.
just told me, I ain't wiping no ass.
Hey, that's good stuff, bro. And one other thing, because this is a big topic tonight, like the
Yeah.
financial security thing. Like, what you feel like? What does financial security look for you? Like, how's that look for
Mhm.
you as a married man?
Hey,
Like,
for me as a married man, man
and
is
I
pretty
wish,
good.
and in Jamaica there, like, she can jump in here too and look, and she can tell me what that look like for her if she wants to. But
Not Jamaican.
she probably
Like,
chilling
look,
over there.
I
Don't put
just
her on
got
the
off
spot
work.
because she
I'm
didn't
not
get a
finna.
warning. She didn't get a warning about that. Don't put her on the
We
spot.
ain't, we on my boy podcast. He was in our wedding. Mike was in our wedding. Come on
I
now.
was there in the wedding. I was there. I was there.
I'm glad.
I messed up a little bit, but I was there. I was in that
No,
thing. I was in
but
that thing.
for me, financial wise, man, it's simple, bro. Have all my bills come out automated and be able to buy any pair of shoes that I want to buy at that particular time. I don't have no,
Hey.
Goals.
and
Those are my goals right
kids,
there.
my kids. I got two sons, so I
Yeah.
save for the college fund and have them have some sort of foundation growing up. So when they get older, they're not wondering like, oh, where money come from. Have them a fund set up so and them be
Yeah.
responsible for that fund. That's my
Yeah.
goal. Like
Yeah.
my goals ain't what I see no more because as you get older, even if you get a higher tier, making more money, right? You get
Uh-huh.
raises and her career elevated. You want more, but in a sense, like you realize, like man, I'm not gonna pay for this stuff. I'm not gonna buy this.
To what point? To what point am I going to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Right.
don't look. I feel that everybody. Like, I'm a big. Y'all. I travel for. I'm big on people traveling. Like, if you want to
Yeah.
spend $4,000 on a trip overseas
That's
to
her.
go see some shit you
That's her.
never see, go. You do that, but within reason, right?
Exactly.
Within your
Yeah.
means.
Don't spend your
But don't
mortgage
just
check.
pop up in Miami
Yeah.
every other month because you feel like that's what you should be doing because you following the wrong people. Because you don't know
Exactly.
what these people doing. You know what
And you
I'm
get
saying?
home,
Thinking
your
that's
phone.
how life's supposed to be. Like, I'm here to tell you, them same people that y'all see,
Yeah.
when I see them, they don't look like that.
And
They don't.
your phone, you get home, your phone get turned off because you ain't paid the bill because
They don't look
you
like
went to the
that.
wrong restaurant in Miami. Like it's all the same. Like for me, yeah. I mean, getting older, you learn to just kind of calm it down more. And you couldn't tell us since 21, Mike. 21, we outside.
Hey, we
want
outside,
everything.
G.
We
Hey,
want it
let me
all.
tell you something. If social media was around when we was younger, G, life would be a whole different. I'd probably be a trillionaire right now. I'd probably be a social media mogul. But no,
Right.
Berto, Rob say he said, I don't care how much money I make, I'm never going
Never
automated.
go
That's
out.
right.
Hey, Rob.
Hey
Hey,
Rob, no
Rob, my
matter
boy,
what you
man.
think, G, that's when you
That's
really
my boy,
realize I'm a
man.
grown up. When you put on automatic payments, that's when you look forward to it. I look forward to my automatic payments coming out. They
I ain't,
notify me and everything. I'll be like, yeah, that's what's
you got
up.
me
I
deal.
had that.
You got me deal. She didn't call me and say, you pay that one? Yeah. I'm like, damn, I did. You right? Let me go pay this bill.
Yeah.
All right. And
I
that's
would,
just
I would
like
be rich and a
that's
slut. Hey, Keys, they understand, man. Hey, I appreciate you stopping in, G. That was real
hey.
big, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Oh,
And
all day, man. You know,
happy
I'm
birthday again. He just had a birthday, yo.
yeah, man.
He
Happy
old, bro. We getting old.
Yeah,
birthday.
We
39.
old.
Appreciate it, man.
We getting
We
old,
almost there,
G.
Mike. We almost there, bro.
I turned 40 for all y'all, so
I know.
I'm gonna bring it in Ray. I'm gonna go to Dubai or some shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do that.
Hey, this boy going to Afghanistan for no reason.
With the hair wrap on. You know
Hey,
he's
what
wearing
you
the
doing
hair
with trees
wrap.
on? That's
When
white.
I'm out of country, I'm putting a hair wrap on. You already know I'm putting a hair wrap on.
Right.
He definitely put that
All
hair
right,
wrap
G.
on. Like,
Hey, keep doing your thing, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother.
All
bye.
right, man. All right, see you. Good to meet you.
But yeah, man, it's I don't know. Like I said, like most people say, like, yo, the goals are real. Don't get it twisted, but it's just like the unrealistic expectations of them. It's like, yo, stop, G. Like we're not doing that. It's just a frustrating thing because I feel like a lot of people bail on relationships off the sense of thinking of the false pretense of thinking like I'm not getting this, so therefore I
Yeah.
am wasting my time and blah blah blah. And it's like, what? Like,
No,
relax. Like,
right.
time. Like, put a little time in. And like Zach said, understand, like, am I doing this with the right person? Like, because
Mm.
if I know you're with me, like, I'm not going into this thinking like it gotta happen like that. I'm gonna be thinking
No.
like, yeah, we doing this. We plan it out. Plans are gonna change probably, but at the end of the day, we're planning this out. We're executing the plans. Period. Let's go.
Yeah.
Most people ain't doing that though, because you need me to pull
No.
up with the 10 dozen. I need 10 dozen. Just because. Not on your birthday, just because. Pull up
Just
on it.
because
Pull up on me.
I buy my own flowers. I buy my own flowers once a
I
week.
saw that, man. Yeah, self care, self care,
Yeah,
self
self
care.
care.
That's a new term, right? Self care. We're gonna
Yeah,
probably talk
self
about that one
care.
day too. Self care.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
The way you love yourself, that's how the next person should love you. Looking
But
at.
no, what are those cards you have though? Because I want to ask. I want to ask some
Ay,
people.
Dios mío, Miguel.
Come on, G. Like I
It's
want to
just
do that
random
because
shit.
it's random as fuck. So Tusa has this
Very.
game, right? She has this game that she has at home, but she don't never have no game nights though, so she's never gonna play it. She just need to give it to me because I be having game nights and shit. But
This is actually like for a couple. It's called Tonight Let's Talk. So it's actually like, a conversation starter. Like to ask those questions. 'Cause they got some random questions in here. Questions that you would want to ask in the beginning of like dating someone or like hanging out with them, but
right.
you're like a little bit nervous. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Oh, it's like
So
an icebreaker type deal. But before you do
icebreaker.
that, I don't know if I am G Log or
I
I'm
am
Glog.
Glow. Hey Glow. I
Glow.
think it's
Okay, cool.
important
Glow G.
for a
Yeah, yeah,
real
Glow G.
relationship
I
to
think it's
come
important.
forward.
Go ahead, read it.
I think it's important for real relationships to come forward, but until people see it, talking is just talking.
But I want her to expound on that because I
Glow, do you
don't
want to be on the
100%.
podcast?
Huh?
Glow is married. Glow, maybe Glow wants to be on the
I think it's important for
podcast.
relationships because I mean we just had 3 married men on here talking about how
Glow was married. Not to
I
tell her
mean but I'm
business.
just speaking on what she says like come forward like does she think more real marriages and real relationships should be in the forefront of like social media and what people see or what like that's what I'm curious Glow if you can chime in. I got another person trying to get in here. Let me see if I can get him in here.
Okay, let him in.
Yeah, but
Child, you know I
that's what
gotta
I
get
kind of want to
somebody
know
in.
because, like, I agree. Like, look, these people are my family, and they go another one. Rob, what
All
up,
your
G?
cousins coming on. All your
And
Hey,
cousins.
what's going
these
on,
ain't my
Mike?
cousins, G. These are my brothers. What you mean?
Yeah.
These are my real life brothers.
So I'm not gonna sit on a long time, but
Nah, you good, bro.
I've been knowing Mike since I was about 10 years old. I'm 40
10.
now. And so
Can
so
I
the
add that
Hey,
up.
Mike, baby.
Mo,
so
G.
right, so I'm like the big brother. Me and his brother started out
That's a
super
fact.
tight, and then he came, my little brother, you know what I'm saying? We had apartments together and all that. But anyway, so what I wanted to say about, relationship goals, and of course my goals is a little different now because I'm much older. But when I got with my wife 12 years ago. We've been married for 8.
Double digit.
So in the beginning, it was just fun. It was something different from me. She was something totally different from what I was used to. But we had a ball together. But then what really made me change, because Mike know how I used to be, chase a ton of women and all the rest of that. I had a lot of fun in my life. The thing that made me change was a lot of stuff that women that I dealt with, she didn't accept that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And she
Mm,
was she
mm.
was she was always on top of her business. You know what I'm saying? I had a job that just helped me pay my portion of the rent when I was living with Mike. You know what I'm saying? But she was pursuing becoming a nurse and having a real career. You know what I'm saying? A little job I had, I did okay, but I still was living check to check. And the thing that made me change was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like she ready to go out to dinner, and you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of struggling here, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but then when she put on the table what it is that she wanted to do and the things she wouldn't accept, I was like, yo, I got to make some changes. So,
Got to
at the
change it
same
up.
at the same time, she was the one who pushed me to change the type of job I had to actually having a career that make 6 figures. And I was cool with living in the city, but she wasn't, because what I'm saying, we got 3 kids. So everything that was a goal then we didn't already conquer. So now, like Mike said, I mean, and I'm pretty sure he see it, from the little posting that I do. But I mean, once every other week, we out of town. You know what I mean?
They out.
We do a lot of
Yeah.
we do
I
a
be
lot of
envying y'all
traveling.
lifestyle. I travel for a living. I'm like, yo, where y'all out in Houston this weekend?
Where
Hey,
y'all
hey,
at?
hey,
It's crazy.
hey. So you know, I just try to the hard part now. The hard part now is just making sure the things that she want me to do is done, because I forget, and my schedule changes all the
Yeah.
time. But as far as as goes, it ain't never been about you know stunting because Mike doing he traveling here and there, or buying this bag because so and so got this bag or these shoes. We
Yeah.
ain't never been them people. We just like enjoying each other. At this point now. Of course, my goals is
And
different when I was
and
28
I
versus
think
40.
I think what he's talking about, and I mean, I'm gonna cut you off, but like what he even tapping into is more so like some of them ask you like how you know like when the right one come along, and I think speaking from a man's perspective, it's just that they make me think different. Like it's just
Mhm.
I want to do something different now. Like, I want to change some things about, and he just spoke on it like some real shit. Like
What
I'm
it
thinking
was
I'm
for
doing
me,
all
Mike.
right, but she showed me like, yo, it's another level, bro. Like you just
And,
step it up. You know what
and
I'm saying?
realistically, what it was for me, man. I mean, it was just a huge change. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
I remember asking this woman to be my girlfriend. She was the
Yeah.
first woman ever was like, "Nah, we cool." And I'm like, "Oh no!" So
Damn.
now it become a challenge. You know what I
They
mean?
got us
So
challenged, G. Yeah.
so it was
Yeah.
different. She just brought something totally different to the table.
Hmm.
Than any woman I've ever met in my life. I mean, and she still does it. You know what I'm saying? She done made me change. Mike, I've been riding motorcycles for years. You know what I'm saying? I had a motorcycle accident. She got in a van with me, and the ambulance with me, and was like, "Yo, what would I tell your kids if you was dead?" You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. And that wasn't my first motorcycle accident, but she was the one who made me, what I'm saying, change everything about me. I mean, and that's why we married today and gonna be married forever. You know
I
what I
know
mean? I
that's
mean,
right.
And that's real
marriage
shit.
marriage ain't
But then
marriage ain't
even on
perfect,
top of
but
that,
it's
now look
definitely
what you're
worth it.
rolling. Now look
Oh
what you're
yeah.
rolling. That shit better than that bike. I don't care what you say, G.
Hey,
That
that
one
that
better
ain't
than
nothing
that
He
but
came
bike.
on here humbled with his hoodie on, like, yeah, cause
oh yeah. I
I
need a little haircut or
I
something.
did
So
he was, but he was like, I wasn't thinking. He was like, yeah, and I got a 6-figure job now, and Mike is
yeah.
hyping it up
I
even more.
mean,
But that's beautiful. That's very beautiful.
Nah,
man,
and
I
like I say,
appreciate it.
it's that's the thing. And I mean, you kind of tapped on financial security and shit like that. It's just like I said, for me, most men is more so just like being able to handle my business with my family, like dead ass.
Right.
Like I think that's what it really boils down to. But like I say,
Mm-hmm.
man, that's good shit, bro. And like I said, you tapped into something that I want to talk to about later in life, like about whole like when people be like, oh, how you know? Women ask me that all the time. I dead
Mm-hmm.
ass, like how you know? I'm like, when a motherfucker do something different, make me feel different. Like that's all I
Right.
got. Like, cause if you the
Mm-hmm.
same, it's just like we just going through the gauntlet. You're like, all right, bro,
Mhm.
I done seen that, done that.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, so
you
that's what's up,
know.
man. But hey, love the
Hey,
podcast, man. I
thanks,
like your
bro.
boy Zach, man. I seen it on Facebook. I'm like, man, let me check out,
Dang,
see what Mike
Facebook.
got going
I gotta
on,
get on
man.
Facebook. I
I
gotta
don't
get
be
on
I don't
Facebook
be on the
more
gram
often.
too much. You know what I'm saying? I be on Facebook a lot. My wife, the opposite. She be on Instagram all the
Yeah,
time. So,
yeah.
but I'm gonna make sure I got the
Hey,
alert set. So when you get
Every
on,
Tuesday,
I'll
man.
be on.
This is only our second week. I gotta learn how to like really annoy people with alerts and shit. I don't be knowing how to do none of that shit, bro. Like Chris said, we pre all this. G. I'm just figuring it out as I go. I would have called Najee and figured it out, but she be busy and shit, so I don't be knowing.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Hey, but y'all keep it up, man. And like I said, I'll definitely be tuned in.
Hey, appreciate you stopping in,
Bye.
G.
Thank you.
All right.
All
Y'all have
right.
a good one.
Yeah,
Bye.
man. It's it's a thing too like it's I don't know, G. Like when people be thinking like you've been knowing me for a while, and it's like you ain't seen none of these
Almost 10
people.
years.
You've never seen any of these people, right? But for me,
No.
it's a big thing for me. I tell people, I'm like, I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of good people. I have a lot of good people I watch and learn from,
Mhm.
and it's a real thing. So when I speak on certain things, I don't just be talking at the side of my neck. You know what I'm saying? I really
You're
be
talking
talking to
from
certain
what you've
people,
seen.
what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? And I can
And
tell.
I like the
Yeah.
fact, not to cut you off, I
Hmm.
like to have seen that every last one of our guests, I mean, not calling out Anthony or anything like that, but all of the guys that have come on, they all are married
Yeah.
black men, like, you know what I'm saying? That are like, no, actually, like, this actually can happen, but these are the ingredients for you to get to that spot. Like,
But
you
to
know what I'm
even big
saying?
up
You got
it
to make your
even
own
more.
recipe. Yeah,
to big up and even more for him to even say like, yo, I took time off to really like figure shit out and watch other people. Like that's something that like people don't understand, like men, the plight of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have a lot of role models to really like lean on. What's our role models in life? You know what I'm saying? You got extremes. You got the drug dealing, money getting, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker, or you got the career oriented guy, but yet he's unattainable. He's not really there because he's career. He's in a career. He ain't in the neighborhood. He ain't around. So it's like, what do we really got to look at? We ain't got no father figure in the house. So it's like a lot of us are learning on the fly. So when we talk about giving grace, in a sense, that word wasn't used tonight, but like giving grace or just building with a person, it's not about like you like wasting your time with me because I ain't ready. It's like, nah, I just need somebody on my side to go through this gauntlet of life, and we gonna conquer this bitch together. Like that's how I look at it, at least. But most people don't want to do that. They're like, nah, I wasted my time with my last 2 exes, and I'm not gonna do this shit again. It's like, bro, I ain't gonna do with them. Like that's your fault. That's when the Zach comment comes in, or knowledge. I mean,
as a person like me, like I kind of low key put myself in that mindset, and I don't like that I'm there. But
that's real shit.
I just be like, I don't have the time, like, but I also don't put in the work to like even meet people. Like, yeah, you know, I don't go anywhere. Like, I go to work and home. I used to go to my hookah lounge, but I don't do that right now because of Lent.
You better not. You better not. They're gonna kick your ass out.
But just like I don't really care like anymore, and I just don't want to be like that person that. Because I am in my 30s, approaching my mid-30s. I'm younger than y'all, but I'm still, you know.
So Cantrell said, what is wasted time? And I mean, maybe you can speak on that.
I'm the wrong person to ask because I don't believe in wasted time. I think of everything as an experience.
Okay, so Cantrell, for what I can speak on for what I heard about wasted time is the fact that people hold the baggage of their prior dealings with people or relationships, and they put that on the next person, i.e. they're not healed or they're not over what they just previously went through. So now when they come into new relationships, they hold it over your head. So as a person that let's say like you're doing what you feel like you're supposed to be doing to manifest this relationship into the it's your this nephew. Oh shit, why you got no picture of him? Why you change your well, Cantrell's your middle name, I guess. But it's my nephew. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and they're telling you like, yo, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I should be here now. And you like, but wait, like, what you mean? Like, cause I did this with the last person and everything you're doing is lining up to like what it was. It's that part when you talk about people when they like, I'm not going to waste my time. It's like, it's a process. Life is a process. Like, period. You know, I know a lot of y'all young folks think like you supposed to be 25 with the Mozzie, with the Bentley coupe and all this shit. But if you really take a time to really look around and see who's driving these cars, they're going to be 60 plus driving these cars because they put that time and that work in. The ones that get it, salute to them. That's younger than me. Salute to them. But that's not a realistic thing. That's really not a realistic thing because life is what life is. We all learn at a different pace, and all of us are not privy to the come up in lack of better words. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, the waste of time is a thing where people just feel like I'm not gonna do what I feel like I've did before, even though it can be a whole different situation. So yeah, it's all perspective based and all about how you go into things and visualizing it. Like, how am I going to come in? Am I going to come in this situation like giving this person a fair shot, or am I going to come in this situation gauging them off what my last person did? That's not fair. That's not fair because that's that hurt. That's that hurt. That's that pain. That's that I'm not finna waste my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, but bro, I'm not wasting your time. I'm all in.
I'm all in.
I just don't have the Maserati money right now. I just give me a couple of years. I got it. But yeah, good shit. But yeah, Tutu.
I ain't got no game.
You ain't got no game?
When what? What you finna say?
Nah, I was gonna say like where. Nah, never mind. This is good. This is good. I ain't even got as many guests tonight. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't talked to nobody. Talk to nobody. And the 2 people that said they were gonna get on, guess what they did not do?
Get on.
And that's okay. So when they call me next week, I'm gonna tell them, okay, we'll be on. Just jump on there, jump in there, let me know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's just good shit. So we are under agreement that the relationship goals that most people go by aren't realistic.
Yes, but we should also be under the agreement that you should create your own relationship goals.
100%.
But
And I think that's what I want to do. That's what I wanted to get to. Like, just be realistic about your goals. Just be realistic about your goals. Know who you are and know what it is that you want before you go looking at Meek Mill and them and whoever the hell Cardi B and them and being like, oh,
mhm,
that's what I no, G, that's not you're not being realistic. Nigga, look at your surroundings. Look what you bring in, look what you are in and
let me tell you how I've been driving the same car, paid the fuck off since
yeah,
2013.
some
Okay,
major shit.
that's it because I don't need no extra bills.
That's
I
some
just
major
don't.
shit.
Like I
Look.
don't.
And that's a thing, bro. Like that's major to me. To me, that's major. That's mind you. Remember, I told you like that's one thing I couldn't afford at the time. Like I can't pay your car note. Like just pay your car. So you ain't got no car note. So we'd have been straight. Like yo, we
We would have been
straight. We
straight.
good. G. We out here. We out here, G.
I'm over here
Just
free.
just put your money in the
Oh, this is
Dogecoin. We gonna be what's gonna be up.
this
It's up.
this is what I wanted to say. Somebody brought this up. I think it was Keith. He said something like, he said something about, I don't know, pretty much not Keith, it was Zach. He pays for like the
Knowledge,
household,
knowledge,
knowledge. I'm
knowledge.
sorry, brother. He pays for the household and stuff like that. And then like his wife do it if she were to get some sort of income, then this will go towards whatever. So I
Yeah.
have some friends where they both have jobs,
Hmm.
and I mean, granted, this is a lesbian couple, but I don't think that it matters
It doesn't.
um, uh, as far as this goes. But anyways, one of their checks is for all of the bills. Like
Hmm.
one check is for all of the bills, and then the other person's check is for the turn up, the fun, the all that other stuff that they want to do. They both females want to get their nails done, lay their
Yeah,
wigs,
and
whatever.
that's how
Like
they worked it out. And that's how
that's how
and
they
that's
work it
but that's
out.
the part of relationships that people don't I feel like the ones that are in the know that's how dope it could be. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you and I, like you said, you willing to do 50-50. That is not a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? So if we are on that same page, that can work, right? Or like you say, I can pay everything and then your checks are for the turn-ups, for the trips, for the investments, and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Period. Savings, whatever it may be. But last thing,
Mhm.
like Cantrell, my nephew, this is my nephew, by the way. He asked, he was like, what makes a woman step away from relationships but never really give that core reason? All right, nephew, this ain't part of this episode, but I'll be honest with you, bro. Like closure is gonna be a thing that you probably rarely gonna get when you talk about relationships. G, I'm gonna be honest with you, nephew. It's
Especially in
communication
his
is
age.
people lack communication in the world, and that goes across the board for anything. I'm talking about relationships and dating or hell, relationships at work. People don't know how to communicate how they feel, so therefore they will just ghost you or they will just leave and give you no reason behind it. But you have to be firm in yourself and knowing that you do what you're supposed to do and you are who you are and you were bringing the best version of yourself to the table and understand once they walk away from you, they lost something. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It's a you issue. And that's it.
Mhm.
And that's the mentality you got to have. And that's coming from your uncle who kind of had to learn that years
Your
down the line in
uncle.
his life, even till damn the end of the day. Shit. Like, it don't matter. Like, whatever, bro. If you can't communicate me with what's going on with you, best luck to you. I got nothing to do with that. Let me give you the pieces and chuck it up and say, all right, that was good, but guess what? We were meant to be. That's just all I got for that. Control, sometimes you would never know. And they go Keys giving you the same shit. Yeah. But this was good, G. Next
Yeah.
week, I guess next week we're going to have to talk about some real deep shit.
Right.
You think this was deep enough?
This was very deep. It was great. I mean,
I think it was all right.
I think all of our conversations are great. What do you mean,
I think it
Motherfucker,
was all
like,
right.
this was
You know
great.
how I am, G. I be real hard on myself, G. I be like, yo, I feel like there's so many
Everybody's
other things I had to say.
sacrificed.
No. I'm speaking for myself. Like, I feel like I had so much other stuff to say and I just couldn't like get it out. Like,
But you did did very
It's this
well.
frontal
I'm
cord.
saying it in front of everybody. That part right here, like
Yeah,
right
man,
here.
this part right here,
Feel
all
it.
this right here, this frontal,
Yeah.
this with the cortex. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, we're gonna go get up out of here. We did an hour and a half today, which I don't mind doing more than an hour. It's fine. Like I'm dead ass. We can go forever, but I just try to limit that to an hour just because. But whatever. But
Yeah.
this was good, man. I appreciate everybody that stopped in to like chime in on how they felt about stuff, and I just want that. Y'all can stop by every weekend if y'all want to. I don't care, G. Like I love talking to people. Y'all know I love talking. I'm a talker. Where's your notebook? G, I got the notebook. G, what you mean, bro? It's right here. I got the notebook. You see these notes? I done
Well,
flipped the
mine is
page. I done
locked.
flipped the page already. I done flipped the page. Yeah, I
I
got the
gotta
notes,
figure it
G.
out.
But nah, we got mad stuff to talk about, man. Right.
And we're gonna like try to get our topics earlier in the week because we were like, you know, kind of last minute on this week, but we do like the amount of people, the participation, you
Yeah.
know, all
Nah,
that
man.
stuff. So
This is week 2. This is week 2, and we're gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. We're gonna get y'all gonna chime in more and more, and we're gonna be like a family. We're gonna be talking about shit. Y'all gonna be like, we're gonna be knowing all about y'all whole lives in a minute. Tuesday gonna know all y'all in a
right,
minute. Like, yo,
right,
Berto, man, that's what's up. Tell your wife said what's up.
right.
But we're gonna go get up out of here because I gotta get something to eat. I'm hungry because I've been drinking, and everybody know what I drink. So I've been drinking, and I'm gonna get me something to eat. So
Okay.
Tutu, I appreciate you I appreciate you doing this with me again. This is always a good thing. Like I tell people, man, you talk every day any goddamn way, so we might as well get on here and talk.
We always do this every day, actually. It's just not always recorded.
She
We
gonna call
probably
me
talk
tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about
fast.
this same shit in greater detail. We're gonna say, why we didn't say that shit on the podcast? Why we didn't say that shit
It'll be a
yesterday?
little bit more cussing and shit going on, maybe, but my mama on
But
Instagram, so I gotta chill out.
well, I
But
appreciate
all
everybody
right, you
stopping by,
guys.
man. Y'all have a good night. See y'all next week. I might jump on my own some other time
Mike,
before
you know
next
I'm
week.
gonna call you.
All right, G. Peace. We out of
All
here.
right, bye.